Adolf Hitler was born on 20th April 1889 in Austria-Hungary, in present-day Austria, close to the border with the German Empire. He was the fourth of six children born to Alois Hitler and his third wife, Clara. Hitler spent his youth in poverty. The German crisis in the economy, polity, and society formed the background to Hitler's rise to power. When the First World War broke out, he enrolled for the army, acted as a messenger in the front, became a corporal, and earned medals for bravery. The German defeat horrified him, and the Versailles Treaty made him furious. Dear students, please go through these two pictures. The German defeat horrified him, and the Versailles Treaty made him furious. In 1919, he joined a small group called the German Workers' Party. He subsequently took over the organization and renamed it the National Socialist German Workers' Party. This party came to be known as the Nazi Party. The Nazi Party ideology, normally known as Nazism. In 1923, Hitler planned to seize control of Bavaria and marched to Berlin and capture power. But he failed and was arrested, tried for treason, but later he was released. These all things happened during the time of Great Depression. That means Nazism became a mass movement only the Great Depression period. During the Great Depression time, Nazi propaganda stirred hopes of a better future. In 1928, the Nazi Party got no more than 2.6% votes, but by 1932, it had become the largest party with 37% votes. Hitler was a powerful speaker. His passion and his words moved people. He promised to build a strong nation and restore the dignity of the German people. He promised employment for those looking for work and a secure future for the youth. Dear students, please go through this picture. And the center you can see one symbol that's normally known as swastika, used by Hitler. Hitler devised a new style of politics. He understood the significance of rituals and spectacle in mass mobilization. Nazis held massive rallies and public meetings to demonstrate the support for Hitler and instill a sense of unity among the people. The red banners with the swastika, the Nazi salute, and the ritualized rounds of applause after the speeches were all part of this spectacle of power. Nazi propaganda skillfully projected Hitler as a messiah, a savior. On 30th January 1933, Paul von Hindenburg offered the chancellorship, the highest position in the cabinet of ministers, to Hitler. Hitler set out to dismantle the structure of democratic rule. A mysterious fire that broke out in the German parliament building in February facilitated his move. The fire decree of 28 February 1933 identifiably suspended civic rights like freedom of speech, press, and assembly that had been guaranteed by the Weimar Constitution. Dear students, this is Paul von Hindenburg. He was German general and statesman who led the imperial government during the World War I, and later he became the president of Germany. Then Hitler turned on his arch enemies, the communists, most of whom were hurriedly packed off to the newly established concentration camps. Concentration camp, a camp where people were isolated and detained without due process of law. Typically, it was surrounded by electrified barbed wire fences. On 3rd March 1933, the famous Enabling Act was passed. This act established dictatorship in Germany. It gave Hitler all powers to sideline parliament and rule by decree. All political parties and trade unions were banned except for the Nazi Party and its affiliates. The state established complete control over the economy, media, army, and judiciary. Dear students, please go through these pictures. These were the new forces the Hitler formed. Apart from the already existing regular police in green uniform and the SA or the stormtroopers, these included the Gestapo, secret state police, the SS, the protection squads, criminal police, and the security service, ST. These all forces were created to control and order society in ways that the Nazis wanted. Reconstruction. Hitler assigned the responsibility of economic recovery to the economist Hallmarschat, who aimed at full production and full employment through a state funded work creation programs. The famous Autobahn and Volkswagen were the result of this period. This project produced the famous German superhighways and the people's car, the Volkswagen. In foreign policy also, Hitler acquired quick access. He pulled out the League of Nations in 1933, reoccupied the Rhineland in 1936, and integrated Austria and Germany in 1938 under the slogan One People, One Empire, and One Leader. He then went on to wrest German speaking Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia and gobbled up the entire country. Hitler didn't stop here. Schott had advised Hitler against investing hugely in rearmament as the state still ran on defect financing. Courteous people, however, had no place in Nazi Germany. Schott had to leave. Hitler chose war as the way out of the approaching economic crisis. Resources were to be accumulated through expansion of territory. In September 1939, Germany invaded Poland. This started a war with France and England. In September 1940, a tripartite pact was signed between Germany, Italy, and Japan, strengthening Hitler's claim to international power. USA resisted involvement in the war. But it could not stay out of the war for long. Japan was expanding its power in the East. When Japan extended its supports to Hitler and bombed the US base at Pearl Harbor, the US entered the Second World War. The war entered in May 1945 with Hitler's defeat and the US dropping of the atom bomb on Hiroshima in Japan.
Okay, dear students, this is the end of part 1. Thank you very much. Okay, students, this is the end of part 2. Thank you very much.